Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be here to talk to you guys about the topic of, you guys see the title down below, stop avoiding the problem, stop avoiding the issue. I am so freaking pumped, bro. I'm so excited. I was in my bed and I realized how many people I know, and including myself, who avoid problems. We avoid issues and we avoid situations, and I want to be able to be a vessel to just tell you guys stop, bro, stop, sis, stop. It's not healthy, okay? It's just not healthy. So if you guys want to see what I have to say about it, please keep on watching. So it's crazy because a lot of the times people, including myself, we like to think that if we avoid the issue, we will never have to face the issue. Or we think if we avoid the issue, we'll figure it out later. We just, maybe in 5-10 years when I'm ready for it, we'll figure out the problem. No big deal. But a lot of the times what happens is, and 99% of the time what happens is, we avoid the issue to put us deeper in the issue. So we avoid depression to put us deeper into depression. It's like we're running in the tunnel of depression but not standing still, because when you stand still in something, you have to face it. But if you run from something, you don't have to face it because you're running. You see so many other things. You see so many other, distractions, or you run along different people in life, and it's just okay, I don't have to go through loneliness. I don't have to go through depression. I don't have to face anxiety. I don't have to face my mother and father issues, because as I'm running away from my real problem, I'm meeting a lot of distractions along the way. Keyword, distractions. But what you don't realize is where you're running to is you're running into the tunnel of your problem. So as long as your problem is still inside of you, everything else is a cover-up. But as soon as we unveil it, you will realize that all those people are the reason why your issue is still present. I hope that made sense. So what do? When we meet these people, or when we get into these relationships sometimes, and we haven't faced the real issue, and we haven't stood tall in the problem and told the problem what it's going to be, we then put expectations on the people around us. So because mother and father were toxic individuals, we put expectations on our relationship, and we put expectations on our partners, and we put expectations on our friends to treat us a certain type of way, in a way that we don't even treat ourselves. So it's like this. I expect my partner to do this because my last relationship, they failed to do so. As your partner, my job is to support you, love you, honor, and respect you. My job is to not expect to be put on an expectation realm that you have created for me. Because you don't know how to love yourself properly, you expect me to give you 10,000% of me when I only have 100 of me. So we put expectations on our friends, and we say, you can't do this, or you can't say that, or you can't this, that, and the third. And it's just because you haven't took the time to stand firm in your issue and say, look, problem of depression, look, mother and father who abandoned me, look, anxiety, look, fear, look, ex-partner. I need to go through you in order for me to prosper through the certain situation that I am in now. Because if I take you on the journey that I am in, I will act out as if everything relates back to you. So I start to put expectations on those around me because I'm afraid to finally stand firm in everything I've been through. So because I'm scared, I lash out more than I used to. And because I'm scared, I don't even go outside as much. And because I'm scared, I tend to push people away because of the expectations that I put on them, because of the hurt and the pain that you have caused on me, because I refuse to go through everything that it requires of me just to get over you. And that's what I'm saying, that we tend to have a lot of cover-ups around us. And that's why a lot of friendships don't last long, because they were just cover-ups over the real issue. That's why a lot of relationships don't last long, because they were just a cover-up over whatever you were going through. And the thing is, I don't care how many cover-ups you have, and I don't care how long those cover-ups may last, but eventually all cover-ups have to be unveiled. Sometimes I wish I had friends like me in my circle, because we don't want to step into the problem. We don't want to say, problem, you will not defeat me or define me. Problem, mother, I will not be what people say I would be. Father, I will not date men like you. That's why a lot of women date men just like their fathers, even though they don't like their fathers, because all they know is their father. And instead of forgiving their father, and instead of trying to understand their father, they run towards a man just like their father. They run towards a woman just like their father or mother. Why do you think that's saying that you're going to be just like your mama? You're going to be just like your daddy, because people know that you're going to run away right into it. You're going to run away. Do you hear that? You're going to run away right into it. You're going to run away right into it. So we need to stand firm. Stop running and stand firm in the issue and just say, you will not defeat me. I need you to go through the process of healing. My brother, my sister, my cat, my dog. You know, there could be a cat or a dog walking this. You know what I'm saying? Stand firm in it. How do you expect to elevate if you gonna keep bringing the same garbage with you? If anything, you're going to elevate weighing down. You can't even stand firm in your next elevation because you still got baggage from the last one. Y'all, why do I talk to y'all? Why do I talk to y'all? I feel like y'all know this stuff by now. You can't step into your next element of life bringing the same stuff that you haven't let go. You wonder why your life is just like a flat line where it's not going up, down, up. It's just flat. Same thing. It's just the same thing for 10, 20 years. It's been the same marriage. It's been the same this. It's been the same house. Been wearing the same clothes. Same mindset. It's because you haven't challenged yourself to go through the problem. Because it's like doing a math problem. When you do a hard math problem, like calculus, and trigonometry, all that crazy stuff. When you do a hard math problem and you can't get it, but you almost there, like you try to teach a teacher, I've been through every single step that you told me to, and it's just like every step is an unbreaking of something new about you. Wow, I didn't know I could think like this. I didn't know that my body worked like this. I didn't know that my brain can be able to put this together. I didn't know that this was my strength. I didn't know that I was weak in this area and a little bit higher in this area. How can I combine the two to grow? But when you just stand firm and when you stand firm in something, nothing can move you. No matter how bad the situation was, it can't move you because you didn't been through it. You didn't already face the Goliath. So everything after that is just a fight. It ain't a war, because I serve a God who prepares me for wars, not really fights. See, the fights are the elevation to the war. But when you stand firm in something, nothing can move you. But that's why a lot of the times we get a little shaky and we get a little weary and we become easily moved and we become easily replaceable because we haven't went through our problem. That's how you come across those manipulative people. That's how you so easily baited for those toxic people. That's how it's so easy for people to sway your opinions and your ideas, because you easy to move, because we can tell that she ain't been through her problem yet. So I still got bait on her. He ain't been through his situation. I still got bait on him. So I'm going to use him until he sees his worth. See, I'm telling you, people know when you weak, because when you become strong, they tend to realize, wow, they see the worth, I can't handle it, I gotta run now. They start running from their issues because they thought that if they put their Y'all, I'm not even, next thing. I love to talk about how, who are you doing it for? Why are you letting go? Like, I feel like this can help some people because why are you letting go of your mother and father issues? Why? What are you doing it for? Because if you have no reason as to why you're doing it, then of course it's easy to just give up. Because I had to ask myself that at night, why are you going through depression? You know, you've been avoiding depression for a long time. Why are you not finally now facing your daddy issues? You know, you've been avoiding it for a long time. And I had to tell myself I'm doing it because I'm ready to elevate. What are you elevating for? Because I'm trying to set a generation for after me. It's not for me, but I'm trying to set something for my kids. And I'm trying to set something for my kids' kids. And I'm trying to set something for families around me, because when I leave this earth, I want to leave a legacy. Aniyya, what are you, if you didn't know, that's my name. Aniyya, what are you doing it for? Are you doing it because you want to be cool? No, because if I wanted to be cool, I could just do something that's a little simple, because it's easy to get famous. You know, it ain't nothing hard, but do something stupid and, you know, you got $1 million here and that's it. But I don't just want a $1 million check, but I want it to be a normalized thing, because I'm trying to set generations. I'm trying to set a new expectation in my family, because that's what I'm doing it for. I'm trying to do it because I'm trying to raise the bar in my family, that we're not just going to settle for just a 9-to-5, but we're going to be entrepreneurs from here on out. I'm trying to set a new expectation on my family. So can we not talk about expectation, bro? But that's what I do it for. So ask yourself, who am I elevating for? Why am I trying to face my mother and father issues? Who am I doing it for? Why am I trying to face my depression? Who am I doing it for? Why am I trying to face fear and anxiety and past relationship problems? Who am I doing it for? Who are you doing it for? Why am I trying to stop smoking weed? Who am I doing it for? Why am I trying to stop doing a line? Who am I doing it for? Who are you doing it for? Who are you trying to elevate for? Who is it for? Who is it for? That's what I'm saying. Who is it for? Because if you're trying to do it just for the hype, because everybody else around you doing it, you're going to fall off, because it ain't nothing consistent. It's nothing consistent. If you want to learn about consistency, 3 parts, go to my church, the Potter's House 1, LA. My pastor's talking about consistency, but it's not consistent. It's not stand still. It's not firm. What are you doing it for? Who are you doing it for? It's time to face the problem. So we already figured it out. Who are we doing it for? But are we ready for the forgiveness part? You know, that's the biggest part, because we could face the fear, but are we ready to forgive ourselves? Are we ready to forgive the person who hurt us? Are we ready? Because a lot of people think forgiveness means condoning, and forgiveness and condoning are 2 separate things. Condoning is like, okay, yes, you did what was right. Forgiveness, and I'm going to read it because I can't remember, but I wrote it. Y'all see, I come prepared, okay? I come prepared, okay, y'all? I come prepared. So I have notes. I have to have notes. Sometimes I don't have notes. Sometimes I do have notes. But for this one, I needed notes because I wrote a lot of, like, key things down that I think I will forget, okay? So I'm going to read the definition of forgiveness. Forgiveness. Oh, this is by Berkeley EDU, so it's a very, trusted website. It's very, I forgot the word that I'm looking for. It's very, it's good. It's trustworthy. Ologists generally define forgiveness as a conscious, deliberate decision to release feelings of resentment or vengeance towards a person or group who has harmed you, regardless of whether they actually deserved your forgiveness. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting, nor does it mean condoning or excusing the offense. Just reading that. Wow, I gotta forgive myself. Oh, Jesus Christ, that was intense. Forgiveness. You guys heard the definition. Are you ready to forgive the person who hurt you from your past? Because let me tell you something. Not only can't you elevate if you don't let go of the baggage, but you can't forget. See, forgetting does not mean going through. Forgetting just means you have a lot of cover-ups around you. That's all. Cover-ups. That's why we call them cover-ups. Like those short-term friendships or those toxic relationships we just think. Those are cover-ups. Y'all, cover-ups. Cover-ups. Those are cover-ups. Those are things that we try to forget about so we cover it up with the other mess around us. But Forgiveness. Are you ready to actually forgive that thing? Are you even ready to forgive yourself? Are you ready to forgive whoever hurt you? Are you ready to forgive yourself from stopping that elevation? That's what you should ask yourself. Just because you forgive somebody, it doesn't make you weak. And forgiving does not mean that you have to call them up. You can call them up and be like, I forgive you. But forgiving is just saying to yourself, you know what, Timothy? I forgive you. I know you hurt me because you didn't know how to love me, but I forgive you. I can't blame you no longer because it's stopping my process. I forgive you, Samantha. I know what you did was wrong and it doesn't make it right, but I forgive you because I'm not growing anymore. I'm still harvesting on the fact that you hurt me. I forgive you, Samantha. I forgive you, Xavier. Why? Why do you forgive me? I really hurt you. Like, I did A, B, C, D, and F to you. Why do you forgive me? Because if I keep harvesting on the fact that you hurt me, I'm about to grow a whole life of resentment. I'm going to grow a whole life of no elevation. I'm going to grow a whole life of dead crops around me. And I'm not going to be able to live my life. So I forgive you. See, sometimes when you forgive, you start planting seeds that you can finally nourish with greatness. Once you start to forgive, you start planting seeds that you finally have the opportunity that can grow and prosper and let you step into a whole nother new dimension of elevation. Once you start to forgive, not only is it just a weight lifted off your shoulders, but you get new shoulders and you start to walk a little different. Your confidence comes back, baby. Your sexiness comes back, and everything that you may have lost, once you say, I forgive you, and I'm sorry, Mom, I'm sorry, Dad, but I forgive you. I can't hold on to what you did to me because I'm tired of planting dead seeds around me because nothing is growing. So I forgive you. Once you start that process of forgiveness, you're not saying what you did was right, but what you're saying is I love myself too much to allow myself to keep planting dead seeds around me. I'm too good for this. I'm too great for this. What God has placed over my destiny and over my life, I can't keep planting these dead crops around me. I'm stronger than this. I'm better than this because I've been through too much to allow you to keep winning. You've been winning for 20 years. It's time to break the curse, and I know that I got it this time, so I gotta forgive you this time. Y'all, it's time to forgive. Facts, period. Who are you doing it for? Go back to that. If it's hard for you to forgive, who are you doing it for? Who are you doing it for? Do it for somebody that you don't mind dying for. And I don't mean physically dying, but I mean dying and burying the old new so you can put on the new jacket of the new you. Because I'm tired of you. I'm tired of people asking God, change my life. God, I need this breakthrough. God, I need this. But you want God to write you a new story with the same pen. Come on now. How much sense does that work? You've been writing the same story with a dead pen, but you just see the imprints of it now. It's time to start to forgive. It's time to say, I'm sorry, self. I'm sorry that I allowed myself to think that it's okay for me to be treated like this. Nah, self, we better than that, baby. Y'all, that's a whole, forgiveness. So we got, who are you doing it for? Forgiveness. And this is the key one. I feel like this is one that's important because this is why a lot of people don't really want to go through it because they feel like they need to be perfect. And I want you to know that God does not want you to be perfect. I remember I was at my brother's house and he was on the phone with one of his friends. And I know I've mentioned my brother in I think every video so far because my brother, me and my brother, we're really close. But we're average brother and sister. We don't talk every day. He's married, of course. But we have a pretty good relationship. Hope one day we can bring him on the channel. But he was talking on the phone with his phone. He was talking. Girl, you stupid. What the heck? He was talking on the phone with his friend. And he I remember the friend saying, God doesn't want you to be perfect. He just wants you to try. That's all he wants. Because God is the only perfect person, so he wouldn't require perfection over us. But he just wants us to try our best. He just wants us to try. And if God sees us trying, then he will provide the rest of the way for us. If God sees us, I remember Tyler Perry saying something like, he will build the table. As long as I could build this table, he will present it in the presence of my enemies. As long as God sees you trying to build the table, he will give you everything you need for the table. He will give you the plates. He will give you the spoons. He will give you the knives. He will give you the forks. He will give you the soup spoon. God will give you everything you need to decorate that table, just as long as you build the table. See, God doesn't need you to be perfect. He just needs you to go through it, and he will provide the rest of the way for you. See, God will never leave you nor forsaken you. He's as far as your right hand. So it's just like when you're so afraid to go through it because you feel like you're going to be alone. But God is like, I got you. I just need you to trust me. I need you to know that I got you 110%. I will match your 100. I will match your 90. I just need you to at least try. I need you to know that I'm here. I need you to trust me a little bit. I just need you to step a foot in the person who hurt you. I need you to step a foot in forgiveness. I need you to step a foot into the why are you doing this. I just need you to start the process. I don't need you to finish the process because I'm going to finish it with you. I just need you to start the process because as long as you start the process, honey, I can help you with the rest of the process because I designed this in such a way where I will allow you to start the process and I allow you to go through the process. But anytime you feel like you're falling, baby, I'm about to catch you because we about to get right back on the process. Anytime you feel like you need to back out, I'm right here. You can't go that far because you came too far in it. God doesn't need you to be perfect. He just needs you to start. Wait, y'all, it's almost 30 minutes. We're about to cut this short. On to the next. James, and I have this Bible verse that I want to tell y'all. James 1:12. Reading again. It says, blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him. I'm going to put James 1:12 on the screen right here somewhere. And I want you to know, like I said, when you go through it, you are at a standstill in your life. When you go through it, when you go through that tunnel of fear, depression, anxiety, issues, problems, and all of that stuff, all these cover-ups and all this weird, goofy stuff, when you finally go through it, you stand right in the middle of it and you attack it. Because you're just like, y'all ready? Y'all ready too? What it say? Blessed is the one that perseveres through trial. Having stood the test, that person will receive the crown. It's something along those lines. That when you stand in that test, like I said, God does not promise easy things, but it's going to be a roller coaster, baby. It's going to be hard, but like I said, you're going to want to go again because you're ready for that next elevation. When you stand firm in that issue, in that problem, in that trial, in that tribulation, God will crown you with some of the greatest blessings, with some of the craziest miracles, with some of the most big, humongous, ginormous breakthroughs you have ever seen in your life when you just stand firm and you stand still in every problem you have. Stand firm. Stand still. Stop getting these cover-ups. Who are you doing it for? Forgiveness. Stand still. Stand firm. You got this, bro. Are you ready to forgive? Ask yourself that. If you're not ready to forgive, then don't start the process. But are you ready to conquer the issue at hand? Are you ready to elevate? Are you ready? Align with God. Align with him. Don't try to do this stuff without God. You will never make it. That's facts. Forgiveness. Please forgive. Start the process of forgiveness. Start the process of healing. And be ready. It's not easy. It's not. My name's Niyyaa, if you didn't know. I'm 20 years old, and this stuff is for me too. Forgive, be ready for that. That's the hardest, honestly, out of all this stuff. It's one of the most important, but also it is the hardest. It's not starting the tunnel, but it's being able to forgive through the tunnel. It's being able to walk through it and saying I forgive you. It's being able to walk through it and say I'm sorry. It's being able to be honest with yourself and being honest with those around you. It's time. I'm tired of looking at The Walking Dead. I'm tired of looking at that. I'm tired of seeing greatness go to waste, and I'm tired of seeing people who have potential just settle, and I'm so tired. And be ready to get a new life written with a new pen, man. Be ready for it. And I thank you guys for watching, and peace out, guys.